What would possess a nice Jewish girl from New England to go on a 14-day water fast? I'm Abby Haverman, host of the Intuition Incubator and the Monday Muse. In this Monday Muse series, I will share what was revealed to me by fasting, not just from food, but from all my vices for 2 weeks. What I learned about myself and maybe even what I learned about life. Thanks for coming along. Here we go. Probably the parting gift that I got from this fast had to do with this idea of never feeling like I'm enough. And this is a somewhat unconscious process that goes on, but it's something that I believe we all are constantly dealing with. For, again, reasons that go back to when we were in a tribe and we had to prove that we had a right to be there. But I was on a call for this fast. I came in late to this call, and this woman who was dying of cancer was talking about her next steps. But when I came into the call, she was in the middle of saying she wanted to do things differently for her niece and leave the world differently than she had come in, because she really had come in feeling like there was something about her that was rotten at the core. And that's how I felt. There's a little girl inside who just believed for a very long time, for a myriad of reasons that have to do with ancestral and the contract that I signed before I came down here, as well as childhood things, that there was something wrong with me. And I think so many of us, we live in this culture where we're trying to figure out what's wrong with us and fix what's wrong with us all the time. And we spend years trying to fix this. Maybe it's that, we're too sensitive, we're too deep, we're too intimidating. Whatever your genre is that you think is wrong with you, all the flaws that you are constantly noticing and talking to yourself about. You don't have enough courage, you don't try hard enough, or you're a perfectionist, a workaholic, you're lazy, you're selfish, you can't sit still. We're constantly trying to fix ourselves. And it was in the middle of this call, and I didn't even think before I spoke. It was just the most bizarre experience that happens when you get really, really present. And it was this knowing all at once, this knowing that descended upon me all at once, that there really was nothing ever wrong with me. If anything, I came in awake into a world that's sleeping. And I've been falling asleep, just like we all have ever since I was born. Our conditioning, we just go from awake to more and more asleep. But I've been struggling to stay awake. And it's something I always wanted to be. I always want to talk about the elephant in the room. I always want to relentlessly emerge. I always want to name what's happening. I always want to talk about the truth. And that's not a flaw. It's just that there's some people who don't really appreciate that or want that. And in fact, there's a lot of forces out there today that really want to keep us asleep. They do not want the truth. They do not want us waking up. And so whether this is true in your immediate circle or in a larger circle, if you're one of those people who's awake and trying to stay awake and trying to wake up more, just know that you are not alone. The world comes down and tells us a lot of things, and we buy into things and we tell ourselves a lot of things. And for me, the point is, it's not really about what I'm to this or not enough of that. Is it right for me? Is what I'm doing right for me? And there was a settling that came over my body during this time and on that call when I realized, like, holy cow, wait, I don't have to fight all these things. It's okay if other people don't want to believe what I believe or think what I think or wake up or stay asleep or whatever. It's okay. It's just not okay for me. And so I have to live the way that is okay for me. And that doesn't make it that there's something wrong with me. When you can quiet your system enough and just hear that without all of the fear, because there's a lot of fear that gets attached for that. And in that moment, there was a settling, like, oh my gosh, there isn't anything wrong with me. It's just that what's right for me might not be right for the people around me. One of my favorite people is one of my cousins, and I always think about him when I think about this kind of thing, because he lives a very strict lifestyle, very orthodox lifestyle. And I have never in my life met anyone who has taken on that type of, whether it's a lifestyle or a belief or a political party or whatever, has taken something on to that extent while being able to maintain, and not only maintain, but covet and hold himself accountable to have an open heart for everyone else without that lifestyle. When I got married, for example, on a Saturday night, well, he can't come out on a Saturday night. So what happened? He walked 7 miles to my wedding, to be there at my wedding, which, by the way, was an abomination under Jewish law rules. I can only imagine what a hacking of the religious principles, but it's such a beautiful example of saying, this is my lifestyle and this is right for me and this is what I believe. I'm going to do whatever I can not to sacrifice my relationships and with people who are not in this world. Sometimes it's a no, right? Because I'm sure the lifestyle is strict enough that there's some things that you just can't do. But think about that in the world that we live in today. We don't think about, hey, it's okay. This is right for me. I'm going to stand up for what's right for me. And it's okay if it's not right for you. And I still love you. And I'm still going to be there. And I'm still going to support you. And I think we really get lost in both of those areas. One, in being able to identify what's right for me. And two, being able to love and accept the people who don't agree or who maybe even actively judge us that what's right for me is not right for them, and they don't think I should do it either. So there was a real gift that was given to me during this fast where I realized there's nothing broken and there's nothing to be fixed. Everything is exactly as it is and exactly as it should be. And I just wonder, what if there's nothing wrong with you either? What if all the things that you're trying to change about yourself are actually your gifts? And I have a question for you to think about this week. How would you show up if you knew that you were enough?